So for today's practice, we're going to go ahead and start on our backs. So lie down on your mat. And if you could bring those legs up, you're going to let your knees fall into each other. And your feet are a little bit open. You can put your hands on your belly or out to your sides with your palms up, whatever feels comfortable to you. Go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to practice that Samavriti breath, that equal breath, as we inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 4 counts. This is our time to center ourselves as we unplug from earlier today's events and we prepare our mind and body for our yoga practice. Now, if you want to try the Samavriti, which is more square breath, after you inhale for 4, try to retain your breath for 4 counts. Exhale for 4, and then retain the breath another 4 counts before you inhale. Go ahead and finish the breath that you're working on. And then take one large, deep cleansing breath as you raise your arms up over your head. Lengthen out those legs. I'd like you to try to kind of squeeze the muscles into the bones as you do this. Open those fingers and open those toes. And then draw those knees into the chest. You can even lift up your shoulder blades and curl up tight like a ball. And we'll do that one more time. As we inhale, lengthen out our body, squeeze the muscles into the bones. And exhale, go ahead and bring those knees back into the chest. This next time, extend those legs up to the ceiling as you pull your toes back. Then lengthen those arms back behind you. Bring that right knee into your chest as the left leg goes all the way down to your mat. Roll your ankle around a few times in each direction. And then gently cross that knee over the straight leg into a gentle twist. Now on this one, you may not bring your leg all the way down. If it hangs up in the air, that's fine. If you have a block, you could, or a blanket or a cushion or a pillow, you can set your knee on that. Inhale, let's come back to center and we'll switch. Other knee to the chest. Lengthen out your right leg, roll that ankle around a few times in each direction. And when you're ready, go ahead and take that knee across the body into a gentle twist. Other arm can extend out into a T position. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and place those feet down on your mat with your knees pointed up. You're going to allow those knees to open as the soles of the feet come together. This is Recline Butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. And as you breathe, just allow those inner thigh muscles to kind of relax and open up. Allow those gravity to help draw those knees out and open and down towards the ground. On your next inhalation, go ahead and engage the abdominals. Bring the legs in. Walk your feet all the way to the outside edges of your mat so they're open up pretty wide. Bring your arms out to a T position, and you're going to allow those knees to fall side to side in sort of a windshield wiper motion, incorporating your breath. Inhale as they come up and exhale as they draw to the ground. It's a nice opening for the hips, the waist, the obliques, and even into the low back. And we'll do one more side to side. And then bringing those knees back up to the ceiling. I'd like you to walk your feet so they're about hip distance apart, right underneath those knees. We're going to start to build up a little bit of heat to warm up our body by doing some core work. So draw those hands behind your head. The elbows come forward slightly so they're right outside the temple. Inhale as we prepare. Exhale as you lift those shoulder blades up, drawing the rib cage to the hip bones. Inhale, come back down. So keep coming up and down. And then drawing those legs up to more of a tabletop position. Keep the upper body still going up and down. And then this next one, relax your head down on the mat. Bring your arms down by your side with your palms down. I'm going to extend out one leg at a time all the way down to the mat, back up to that tabletop position. So as you do that, see if you can pull that belly button in. Kind of think about squashing a grape right underneath my lower back. Drawing that in, kind of keeping that stabilization in that lumbar, lower back, lumbar spine. And allowing that leg to drop all the way down and back up to tabletop. Now, if this seems to be a little challenging or you have any pulling on your low back, I invite you to keep your leg bent. And you can just tap that toe down. That'll be a more gentle version. Okay, last one. Before we move to the next one, go ahead and draw those knees in. Just release that back a moment. We'll bring those legs back up to the tabletop. Draw those arms out to the side in a T position. And you're going to draw your knees over to the side as you peel up and touch the outside of the lower leg. And then over to the opposite side. So as you peel up, you're going to bring that forearm up, almost like you're trying to sit up. Touch the outside of that leg. A more advanced version of this, you can extend those legs and pike up as you lift up. And on that one, instead of lifting up on your forearm, you can come all the way up to your hand. So that's just an option. You can keep this peel up with the bent arm and the bent legs, or you can lengthen them out, whichever works for you. We'll do one more set. Okay, excellent job. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Release the low back. Extend one leg at a time. Arms above the head. Just kind of stretching out those abdominals. And we're going to roll over onto our abs. So go ahead and make your way on over. Once you're there, go ahead and draw up to your forearms. This is called Sphynx Pose. When you get there, you're going to open up through the chest. So draw your shoulders back down away from your ears. Open up through the chest. And then I'd like you to push down on your pubic bone as you lift your belly button in and squeeze your glutes. And feel that position there. That's the position that we want when we go into our Cobra. So belly button in, squeeze the glutes, push the pubic bone down. The expansion happens in the upper body, the chest, versus a lot of expansion in the lower back. Okay, go ahead and draw down, hands right below those shoulders. Hug your elbows into your body. Inhale, peel up into Cobra. Same position. You have that pubic bone pushing down, belly button in, shoulders back and down. Squeeze those glutes. And then check in with your shoulders. Sometimes we're hunched up really close like this. So peel those shoulders down. Look along the horizon, neutral position with your neck. Back down to your mat. One more time, inhale, come up. And coming back down, this time, inhale, you're going to press up with those knees staying connected into a modified plank. There we go, it's a nice strength move for those triceps. We're going to lower down into half push-ups. So you're going to stop those elbows right at the rib cage, chest is open, and press back up. So building up that strength in the upper body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. And one more time, exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, pressing back into Child's Pose. So in Child's Pose, you can draw those that bottom back to your heels. You can always do wide leg Child's Pose, which is a nice, where you open up those knees a little bit wider, toes still stay together. And to support your back, instead of having your arms stretched out right here, you could have your elbows bent. Another option, if you have a block, is to put it under your forehead. It's a nice way to support that upper body weight in your Child's Pose. Okay, inhale, come to all fours now. So you draw those knees up under your hips. Hands right below those shoulders. Let's do a few cat-cows. Inhale as we prepare. Exhale, pressing through those fingertips, rounding out the shoulder blades. Chin comes in. Tailbone tucked. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Look straight ahead along the horizon. Draw your shoulders back, opening through that sternum, through your chest. Exhale, rounding out again. Inhale, cow. Lengthen that spine. Exhale, one more time, cat. Inhale into cow. And then walking those hands forward about 6 inches. Remember to push that weight into your thumb and your first 2 fingers. Curl the toes under, coming back into downward facing dog. As you do that, your feet are about hip distance apart, so Kind of play around with that. We want our ears between our upper arms. Your tailbone is going back and up. So think about getting a nice neutral position with that spine, creating kind of the top of a triangle with your body. Hold it for one more breath. And then inhale, drawing those knees down. Let's step our right foot forward between our hands. Now when I do that, I'm stepping this giant step, but you might step and then have to move it up a little bit. That's okay. But we do want our heel to be right under our knee, one hand on each side, and draw those hips down towards your mat. Now this next one is called half monkey or half split. You're gonna shift your weight back, lengthening out that front leg, drawing your nose towards your knee. You'll feel this right up the back of the leg and the hamstring. Try to keep those hips even. Inhale, shifting your weight forward. Left hand is going to come on the inside, gentle twist to your right. And then bring that hand down, curl the back toe under. Let's lift up that back leg, nice strong leg. So squeeze those muscles into the bone, energy through the heel. Let's come on up to Crescent Lunge with Cactus arms. So bring those arms, palms up. Chest is open, belly open, hips are forward like headlights. Sink down into it if you want a little bit more. And then bring those hands down. Step your front foot to meet your back foot. Let's go into plank. Always an option to do modified plank with those knees down. In either one, you're going to pull that belly button in, slight tuck of your tailbone, press through those hands. You have some space in that shoulder joint, and you're not sagging in that body. So really strong, strong, strong. Exhale into downward facing dog. Let's have a few breaths here. Give yourself a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, go ahead and draw those knees down. Step your left foot forward. So drawing that knee back as comfortable as it feels. The front heel is right underneath that knee. Allow those hips to draw down towards your mat. Feel that opening in your hip flexor, that front part of that thigh. And then shift your weight back into that half monkey, half split. So that front leg is pretty straight. If you have tight hamstrings that might have a little bend, that's okay. Draw your nose toward the knee. Hips are even. And then drawing your weight forward, go ahead and curl that back toe under. Lift that back leg up, really strong back leg. And let's come up to Crescent Lunge with those cactus arms. So feeling that opening through the hips. Go ahead and bring those hands down. Step the front foot to meet the back foot. Let's go into a nice solid plank. All right, this time let's do a little push-up. So you're welcome to draw to your knees for this one. If you need to, remember, we're building up our strength here. So I'd rather you have a real strong core than to just fall into that with a full plank. So we're going to do it right. So go ahead and draw down. Elbows stop at the ribcage. We're really strong. Pull that belly button in. Hold, hold, hold. Don't come down. Now connect those hips. Lengthen through your spine. Hug the elbows into your body. Cobra. Squeeze your glutes. Belly button in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Allow those heels to draw back. Press into your hands, get a little more space in your back between the vertebrae. I'm just thinking that I didn't do that twist on the opposite side. Did I forget that? I think I was distracted because someone was knocking on the door. Probably one of my kids forgot I was teaching. Go ahead and draw those knees in and step the left foot forward. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And your right hand is on the inside and gentle twist. Okay, bringing that hand down, go ahead and curl that back toe under, step back. That'll give us an opportunity to do this one more time. Inhale into plank or modified plank, your choice. We're gonna lower down into low push-up. Remember, very strong, open that chest, pull the belly button in, hold those elbows at the hip or at the rib cage, and then lower down. Lengthen through your spine, squeeze the glutes, shoulders back and down, Cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend those knees. So what's nice about the bent knee as we bring the stretch back to the soleus, which is the muscle behind the calf. And then walking those feet towards your hands. We're going to move to Uttanasana, forward fold. Once we're there, grab hold of your elbows and shake your head. Yes and no, allow that head to hang. You're gonna have soft knees here. Bring your hands to your thighs, lengthen out your spine, expand through your chest. Exhale, lower into chair. So our feet are still pretty close but hip distance apart, and bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, which is prayer position. And inhale up and open. From here, I'd like you to take your left foot, left leg. You're going to cross it back behind and lift that left arm up and over to the side as this hand reaches down towards the ground. Creating a nice opening through that waist and the low back. And then stepping that back foot to meet the other foot, inhale up. Exhale back into chair. Inhale, lift up, arms up and out. Okay, then switching sides, you'll take that right leg, cross it behind. Lifting your right arm up, reach up as high as you can as you reach up and over. The other arm is going to reach down to the ground, creating that opening through the rib cage. And then stepping that back foot forward, inhale up, exhale into chair. Okay, this next balance pose is called Stork Pose. So as you inhale and lift up, you're going to lift up your right leg into a sort of a 90-degree angle. You can flex your foot, and then you bring your arms like cactus arms. We'll try to balance here. And then we're going to transition into one-legged chair, sometimes called standing pigeon. So you're going to take that foot that's in the air, cross it above the knee, and sit back down into your chair position. Now, if this feels a little wobbly or unsure, you can always bring that leg down and do regular chair. Once you're here, check in, make sure that that collarbone is open, shoulders are back. And then as you inhale, go ahead and release that foot. Bring those hands up and out. Excellent. Okay, let's try that on the opposite side. Inhale, lift up. Now our left leg is lifting up. Hands in cactus arms. Think about your standing leg being strong. So really contract those muscles in that leg. Great. It helps to kind of find a focal point to look at. Then crossing that ankle above the knee, allowing that knee to fall to the side as we sit back into standing pigeon or one-legged chair. And then we're checking in, make sure that collarbone is open, the shoulders are back. Okay, inhale, come up, bring those arms up. This time leave those hands together. Do a nice side bend to our right. Inhale back up and to the left. Now, if you find that this bugs your shoulder, you can keep your arms open. You don't have to keep them together. You can also bring your hands to your hips and bring those hands in. Okay, from here we're going to move to the top of our mat so we can do a flow sequence. Actually, I think I'll do it from this end, especially since this is angled up. So come to the top of your mat and refresh those feet. Your hands are coming to your heart center. So this is our Vinyasa Flow sequence where we have 1 breath per movement. Inhale, arms up. You're going to bring those palms facing forward. Exhale as you sweep those arms back. You're going to sit back in a chair, but you have a nice flat back with an open chest as you look straight down. I call this folded chair. Inhale, bring those hands to your thighs. You're going to lift those hips up, lengthen up, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right foot back. We're going to go into warrior 1, so that foot will be angled behind you. And the toes are going to be at 1 to 2 o'clock. When you're ready, bring those arms up to warrior 1 arms. Now, if this bugs your shoulder, you can always do cactus, hands to your hips. Lots of options. And then bring those hands behind your back. Now, I'm going to clasp my hands behind my back. Some people that's not accessible. So if it's not, you can just bring your hands to your hips right here. You're going to keep that chest open. So either one, hands to the hips or clasp. We're going to go into humble warrior. So as you do humble warrior, lean forward. When you get down, you're going to bring your chin to your chest like you're kind of bowing. And then inhale, as you come up, you're going to sweep that left arm down and up and go into reverse warrior. And then exhale, windmill those arms. As you do that, please lift your back heel so you can bring those hips forward as you come all the way down. Inhale, open up that left arm, gentle twist. Exhale, bring that hand down, step your back foot in. We're going to go to nose to knee pyramid. So now that toe's at 1 o'clock. Lengthen through that front leg, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale, step back into plank. Option for modified plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale into Cobra. Squeeze those glutes, push the pubic bone down, belly button in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees slightly. Exhale, hop up to your hands or walk, either way. Inhale, sit back into chair, hands to your heart. Exhale, press up and out. Great. All right, refresh those feet, come back to the top of your mat. We'll try everything on the opposite side. Inhale, arms up. Palms facing forward. Exhale, sweep back, folded chair, chest is open, flat back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your left foot back, 11, 10 o'clock. Inhale, lift up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, bringing those hands behind your back, either clasped or right behind those hips. Humble Warrior. Coming down towards that thigh, chin in. Inhale, sweeping that right arm down and up, and windmill those hands into Reverse Warrior. And then inhale, go ahead, lift that back heel up so you turn those hips forward as you're windmilling coming down. Exhale, right here. Then planting that left hand on the inside, gentle twist with the inhale. And then bringing that hand down, step your back foot forward into about 11 o'clock this time, nose to knee pyramid, so lengthen out that front leg as much as it's accessible, nose to the knee. Inhale, step back into plank or modified plank, your choice. Pull that belly button in. We're gonna go to low push-up. I like everyone to make sure that you're holding that low push-up. Don't just fall down. Strong core right here. Now connect those hips, lengthen out into Cobra. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees slightly. Exhale, hop or step up to your hands, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale into chair, Utkatasana. Nice neutral spine here, so sometimes we kind of round this one out. Open up that chest and pressing up and out. All right, we're gonna do that flow sequence a couple more times. This next time we're gonna speed it up, go a little bit faster. And the third time I'm gonna add in the Stork Pose and the one-legged chair that we had before. So second round's a little bit faster, third one we add extras. Hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up, palms forward. Exhale, sweep back, folded chair, chest open. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg steps back, Warrior One. Exhale, Humble Warrior. Inhale, Reverse Warrior. Exhale, swivel, bring that hip up, bring the heel up, hips forward. Plant that right hand on the inside, gentle twist. And then stepping that back foot forward, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale into plank. Solid plank, press through those fingertips, space in the shoulder, exhale, low push up. Hold, hold, hold. Inhale, Cobra. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, sit back into chair. Lengthen that spine right away. Chest is open, hips down. Press up and out. Okay, moving right into our other side. Inhale, arms up, palms forward. Exhale, sweep back, chest is open. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, Warrior One. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Humble Warrior. Inhale, right hand sweeps down, Reverse Warrior. Exhale, lifting up that back heel as we bring those hips forward. Windmill, come all the way down. Left hand's on the inside. Inhale, gentle twist to your right. Strong back leg. Exhale, hand down, step that foot forward at about 11 o'clock, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, press up and out. All right, great. Are you warm yet? I'm feeling pretty warm. Feels good. All right, shake out those legs. Let's do this again. We're going to add in the Stork Pose and the one-legged chair and some other added extras in there. So we'll start by picking up that right leg when we inhale. Inhale, lift up, picking up that right leg, Stork Pose. Exhale into one-legged chair, standing pigeon. Inhale, lift up, palms forward. Exhale, sweep back, folded chair. Exhale, half lift. Or I think inhale, half lift. Now exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, warrior one. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. So warrior two, you might have to update your back leg. You have this leg, arms lengthened, you're looking over that front fingertips, that's your drishti or your gaze. And then we're gonna just keep the warrior two legs, but we're gonna turn that front palm up and kind of do like sailing arms. So have like one back and one in front is up. And then exhale, lifting that heel up, windmill those arms, hips shift forward. Right hand's on the inside, gentle twist to your left. Go ahead and step that back foot in, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale into plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, Cobra. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lengthen those vertebrae. Exhale, bend the knees and walk forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale, press up and out. All right, excellent. Let's switch sides, refresh those feet, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, left leg comes up, Stork Pose. Exhale, crossing above the knee. Standing pigeon or one-legged chair. Inhale, arms lengthen, palms forward. Exhale, sweep back, open that chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, strong warrior one. So that foot's at about 2 or other side of the clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then humble warrior, hands behind your back, in any position to open that chest. Chin comes down. Inhale, sweeping that right arm down and up, reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee pointed same direction as the toes. Inhale into warrior two. So your body's straight up from your hips, those arms are long. Your gaze, your drishti is right above those front fingertips in front. Kneecap still forward. And then turn that palm up in front. Bring that front arm, reach up as high as you can. And then lifting that back heel up, go ahead and windmill those arms all the way down. Left hand's on the inside, gentle twist to your right. Stepping that back foot in, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale into plank. Exhale, low push-up. Remember to hold those elbows right at the rib cage, chest open, neutral shoulder. Inhale, lengthen your spine on the Cobra. Chest is open, shoulders back and down. Your gaze is along the horizon. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, sit into chair. Exhale, press up and out. Okay. All right. Let's face the front one more time. Let's go into 5-pointed star. So you point those toes to the corners of your mat. Your legs are pretty wide. You're gonna bring those arms up. 5-pointed star. Exhale into Baddha Konasana, which is Goddess. When we do that, I think the one time we had our hands forward, we're gonna put the pointer finger and the thumb tips together, and the other hands are raised. It's called Chin Mudra. The mudra is just a position or pose with your hands. Draw those hips down nice and low, belly button in. Inhale, lift back up. 5-pointed star. Exhale into Goddess. Remember, kneecaps tracking same direction as the toes, so nice and wide. Inhale, lift up. Exhale one more time. Inhale, lift up. Now turning those toes in, so they're pointing just slightly in. If you look down, the outside edge of your foot would be parallel with your mat. And then we're going to come forward into wide leg forward fold. You just draw those hands down behind your legs. Planting your right hand right on the center here. Now, if you can't touch the ground and you have like a box or a block, that can be helpful too. We're going to do a gentle twist, and I want the twist to feel like it's coming from your sternum up, like right, or not the sternum, but your diaphragm, right in the middle there. So try to keep those hips even. You don't want to pop that hip open. Keep them even. And then we'll switch. Other hand comes down and gentle twist, keeping those hips even. And then bringing that hand down, go back to that wide leg forward fold. Left toe heel those feet in. They're a bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to go back down to that Garland Pose, also called Vinyasa. You have your elbows on the inside and your hands together. Remember, I'm still recovering from ACL surgery, so I can't drop my hips down as low as you could, but you could literally be like sitting on the block if you wanted to, your hips way down by the mat. Or you can be in this squat pose like you're going to the bathroom in the forest. For the ladies. The gentlemen too, I guess. Okay, one hand in the front and back. We're going to make our way down to the seated position. Okay, great. Let's do boat pose next. We did that last time. Bring those legs up and holding on to the back of the legs. Try to lengthen out those arms by keeping that chest open though. So we're not rounding out here. We're a nice flat neutral back. If you feel any pulling on your back, bring it in a little bit more. If you feel pretty comfortable here, you can release those arms away from the legs. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can just hang on. Either way is fine. And I'm moving my arms around, but you could just hold them out here if you wanted to. Okay, let's release those legs. Put the soles of the feet together as the knees come open. We'll go into Baddha Konasana again, butterfly. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. We're going to do another position here in a second. Okay, Walk those feet out and draw your hands behind you. And we're going to do that windshield wiper. What we're doing, it's seated. So we're up instead of lying back. Just going to draw those knees side to side. Great, and then bringing it up. So now we're going to take our right leg. You're going to cross that ankle up right at the top of the thigh by the knee. So kind of like we were doing that pigeon, standing pigeon, but now we're seated in the seated pigeon. So you, at this point, you might feel this in the glute pretty intensely, so you're going to stay right here. If you don't feel it back there, you can scoot your bottom towards that front heel. Walk those hands in, take it a little bit closer, and then draw, and you can always flex this foot too, that'll kind of change it up a little bit. Draw your chin to your chest now. Okay, release that head, come on up. Release that bottom away from the heels. Kind of lengthen out those legs and shake them out a little bit. And then we'll switch to the opposite. So cross the other ankle above the knee. Slide that leg up. Scoot your bottom towards your heel if you feel like that's accessible to you. If you're already feeling it, stay where you are. Your body's talking to you, not yelling at you. And then draw your chin to your chest when you're ready. You might find one side is a little tighter than the other. This is my tighter side. Okay, bring that bottom away from the heel, release that leg, bring the legs out and kind of shake them out. And then we're gonna bring those legs out a little bit wider here. And on this one, you have a couple options. One, you can just kind of walk those hands forward, keeping that chest open and back nice and flat. Some people like to kind of grab hold of their the big toe, take the two fingers between the big toe and the second toe as they come forward. Or you can just support your weight right here. And what you're gonna see, if I can keep my toes pointing up instead of falling in, I'm gonna open up those adductors a little bit more. Okay, walking back up. And then let's sit with our legs in easy pose, Kasana. If there's another position that you prefer on this one, that's fine with me. It doesn't have to look like this. Another thing that you'll find if you're sitting like this and your low back tends to hurt, you just give a little height under the bottom there, either with a folded up blanket or a block. Your knees are a little bit lower than your hips. That usually releases the pressure on your low back, especially if you're the type of person that likes to sit to meditate and your back starts hurting. It's a great option to have. When you're ready, you're going to lift that right arm up. Exhale, let's do a nice lateral stretch to the side. And inhale, switch. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, lift up, and we're going to exhale. We're going to just do a gentle twist looking over our back shoulder. When you're doing the twist, you still have that nice long spine, straight up to the ceiling. And inhale back to center. Gentle twist the opposite side. Inhale back to center, hands to the heart. Exhale, pressing out, clasping your hands, open up through the shoulder blades, chin to your chest. Inhale, lengthen that spine, arms up, and then draw the hands behind the head, elbows back. It's a great one to do if you're sitting at your desk a lot. Exhale, elbows in, chin to your chest. Once you're there, try to lengthen, not your cervical spine, but the rest of your spine. Inhale, open those elbows back up one more time. And then exhale, press those palms up and round it out. All right, great job. So let's go ahead and make our way onto our back. I'm just going to do one more stretch for our lower back, and then we'll move into our Shavasana. Coming on down. Let's take our right leg and cross it completely over the left. So you're sitting with your legs crossed. Arms can float out to the side. And on this one, you can drop your knees to either, we're going to go both directions, so feel free to go whatever works for you. Now this is called belly twist, and it's a very deep stretch for the low back, so I want you to be cautious with it. As I draw my knees down, I kind of scooch my bottom back, so I keep my spine pretty straight. I can also use a blanket or a pillow to support my legs, so it doesn't have to go all the way down. I'm facing up and just breathing into that position. Remember, just be gentle with your body. You don't want to force it into something. Just to kind of a sense of allowing your body to ease into it and relax. So before we come up, I want you to engage those abs. So you're kind of supporting your spine as we pull those knees up. You're going to scooch those hips over to the opposite direction. Don't switch your legs out. Keep the same leg over the top and allow those knees to fall to the opposite side. Again, you're welcome to use a blanket or a pillow or a block to support that leg. Just kind of play around with that position till you find that sweet spot for yourself. Engaging those abs, come back to center. Let's switch and cross the other leg completely over. And again, you can go to whatever direction you want first. It doesn't even matter if you did the other leg a different way. When you're ready, go ahead and draw those legs over to the side. And then engaging those abs, let's come back to center. Keep that same leg, just scooch the hips over to the opposite side. Allow those legs to fall in the opposite direction. right, go ahead and engage those abs, come back to center. And we'll do one final position. We did a lot of forward bending, so I want to kind of give a little opposing. We're going to go up to a bridge position, so your heels are right below those knees. Go ahead and extend up those hips. As you do that, if you could pull that belly button in, squeeze the glutes and kind of tuck that tailbone under a little bit. And then see if you can open up through the chest a little bit more. Collarbone is wide. We'll just hold this for a few breaths. And then before we come down, let's think about coming down one vertebra at a time. We'll start at the top. So kind of allow that sinking to happen in the upper back as you connect that to your mat, flowing all the way through mid-back, lower back, through the sacrum, and into the tailbone finally. All right. So that brings us to Shavasana, also known as Corpse Pose. And last time we did the stream of consciousness, and this time we're going to do more of a what we call concentration meditation, where you are counting your breaths. And I recommend just counting to 10, or you could count from 10 down to 1, works nicely. And that way, if you tend to drift off, you can catch yourself more easily rather than just continuing to count to like 100. So you can put those hands at your belly or your chest or open to the sides. See if you can take a couple cleansing breaths, allowing those shoulders to move away from your ears, your jaw to soften. You can allow those muscles through your legs to relax. And when you're ready, start to connect with the ebb and flow of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. Just allow it to be normal, your normal rhythm right now. And when you're ready, you can start counting from 10. Inhale, exhale is 10. And then 9. Just keep going all the way down to 1 and repeat back up to 10. ready, go ahead and start awakening to the room. Maybe doing a few stretches or deeper breaths and rolling to your side. Or you can just come on up, whatever you prefer. And just checking in, just seeing how your mind and body feels now after you've had your practice. Bringing your hands to your heart center and up to the forehead. Namaste.